Durag Diaries. Yo, people, what's good? Welcome back to another match review here with your boy George. Today, we're going to be discussing the big loss away at Selhurst Park. A disappointing one, dreadful performance. But before we get into any of that, you already know what we got to do. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Show me some love, man. On the road to 1K. And share this with your peoples. I really appreciate if you do. And look, if you hate me, you love me. If you want to laugh at me, I'm sure someone else might want to too. So share that with them. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section too on the performance of Spurs. What you're thinking of our season so far. But let's talk about it, man. Let's not waste no time. Absolutely dreadful performance. A shocker. Do you know what? I'm going to say it's 2 in 1 week. I was supposed to come here and give you guys a match review after the AZ Alkmaar game, but it was a quick turnaround with the games we had coming up and the weekend already fastly approaching. But even just to briefly touch on that game before I go on to Palace, it wasn't a great performance. It really wasn't pretty. 9 changes in total, and you could see that in the way that the team performed. There was no fluidity, no chemistry. And it seemed like as the game got on and we started to bring on the first teamers, we started to lose the control. We started to lose all the balance we had in the game. They started to find their way through. AZ Alkmaar had a few chances where they could have scored. Dragusin, same mistakes at the back, losing the ball on the half turn at the halfway line. And they're finding themselves through. It's the same silly little things that Spurs are having problems with. And also, even just away from the defensive issues that we had in that game, up front, we rarely created any dangerous opportunities. It was a great performance from man like Double M, Mikey Moore. But outside of that, I know Maddison was really impressive as well. There wasn't really much to look at the team apart from those players. The midfield was good as a whole that game. That's the best way to say. The midfield performed. The front line was just a bit meh. Richarlison didn't really add much up top. He literally, for me, is the definition of pigeon. The nickname makes sense. The guy runs around like a headless pigeon, just chasing everything. Dash food on the floor, and they're gonna run. That's him. He's running after that ball, just anywhere, everywhere, making no sense, not closing angles, not trying to create a 2v1 situation where you're trying to lean them into going down the left side or right-hand side. He's just running at the ball and running at players. And it's yet again, he's just not good enough. We look at our bench and it's not good enough. And to look at this Palace game, let's start off with the lineups. Because, of course, we had the change into AZ Alkmaar. And then Ange went to set back for his usual team, the team that we started off with pretty much from most of the games this season, barring a few. But the main change was Basuma in the middle. One thing that I have been critical of throughout his whole time, and one player I've called out numerous times, is Yves Basuma. Because this guy's lifestyle. Send this guy back to a kick game and all them things, bro. Go do up shopping on the weekend. Go do a Milan and Paris trip. Go visit LV. Go pick up some shoes. Because I didn't need you on the pitch, bro. I didn't need those performances that you're giving to us. I don't think he's good enough. That's it. I just simply don't think he's good enough. In the 6th role, being a player that needs to shield the defense, being someone that needs to be the go-to to pick up the ball on the half turn, make the pass out, and spread the pitch, spread the play. He can't do it. He can't do it on a consistent basis. He was poor against Palace. We got ran through in the middle. The whole midfield was poor, but I have to call out Basuma because he's supposed to shield that defense. Eze was running an audition for every Premier League club last night. It was his best game so far this season. People were telling me he's depressed because he didn't get the move. He don't even want to play at Palace no more. That performance shows you otherwise. That showed that he has heart. He has mentality. He said, these boys are not going to play me all summer and then what? Turn up at my gaff and play me again. Am I a dickhead, bruv? Am I a dickhead? Eze showed Maddison, showed Kulusevski. That's what we needed yesterday. That's what we needed. And quite frankly, this is why we should have signed him. for these performances. Yes, he's not consistent out on the left-hand side, but you put him in the middle. He is a monster. He will create problems. Honestly, he was having fun yesterday. Eze was slipping and sliding, man. Look, he literally at one point is standing there, jumping, shall I go left, shall I go right, shall I go to Pedro Porro, and the player's just staring at him. He ends up getting through. He even scored a disallowed goal, just about offside. Great finish, poor from Vicario. And that's probably another one that I need to look at. Vicario, is he really good enough for Spurs? Is he really the long-term option for us? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say he's been terrible this season or he's been poor all around, but sometimes I look at him and say, bro, command your box. Stop with all the yapping. I saw him on the bench against Alkmaar, yapping, trying to be the next coach, trying to be Postecoglou, telling players to do this, do that. Bro, focus on your own game. You almost made us go 2-0 down. Far too many times when you're getting the ball out the back, you're overdoing it. Sometimes get the ball long. Get the ball forward. You don't need to overplay at the back all the time. We're always doing too much as a team. I thought the problems mainly for this team were, I thought defensively we had an issue. At the start of the season, I've always thought defensively we have an issue. I don't know what it is. It's the lack of concentration a lot of the time from the players. But the way Van de Ven conceded that goal yesterday there's just no excuse. There's no excuse. What are you doing on the ball? We have far too many young players on this team. We need someone to step up and take leadership. We need mentality monsters. Let me show you our away record at the moment. Because this is this doesn't make no sense. And this could be a sackable offense. Not that I'm Ange out yet, but soon enough, this could definitely be a sackable offense. Under Ange Postecoglou, we've played 24 games, won 8, drawn 7, and lost 9 away games. Lost more away games than we have won. We've almost drawn more than we have won. What is going on here? You're only comfy in your own gap. That's not how you become a successful team. We've got Europa League to focus on. We've got an away trip. We've got our tough away trips to Galatasaray. These men can't turn up at Selhurst Park, but I need to think they're going to turn up at Galatasaray in Istanbul when the flares are getting thrown everywhere. These men went to Zagreb. Their manager was in prison and they couldn't turn up. This isn't even a team issue. It's a fucking club issue, man. Because how can we time and time again play teams that are far below us? They're far below us. Palace didn't win a game this season. They're nowhere near our level. But yet again, we couldn't turn up. We didn't deserve nothing yesterday. We deserve fuck all. Let's look at the stats. Because we had the ball. This is what Tottenham do. We have the ball. We do everything. You know, like, you're in the club with a girl. You're doing everything. You're buying her a drink. You're having a little dance. But when it comes to the end of the night, you see her over in the corner. Little man's just give her a little talk. Well, we off here. She's gone. Because you done everything but finish the dinner. You done everything but put the ball in the back of the net. You done everything but ask the question, are you coming home tonight? Fools. 11 shots, 3 on target. With 67% possession. We had double the amount of possession that Palace had. But they had more shots than us. More shots on target. It's about what you do with the ball. You don't need much of it. And we learned this under Conte. This team, this way that we play, isn't that great. It's not that great. I'm sorry, I'm having to say it now because far too many times I'm watching Tottenham. We lack attacking threat. We lack the ability to actually create good quality chances. Because we have the ball in the final third. We can have these stats, XG or touches in the final third, touches in the opponent box. But we're touching it in the box and doing nothing, bro. Doing absolutely nothing. We're getting to the final third, and Brennan Johnson, as he's being coached to, just whip the ball in the box, whip the ball in the box. Don't even look if anyone's in there, just whip it. We're getting all these corners because they want to cross it in, gets deflected, goes out for corners. How many corners did we have yesterday? How many corners did we have? 8 corners. We had 14 versus West Ham. Do you know how many? Do you want to know how many shots we created from those? You want to know how many shots we created? One shot in 21 corners. One opportunity from 21 corners. That shows you we have a coaching issue, people. Spurs, Houston, we have a problem. Spurs, we have a problem. And we have problems all over the pitch. The midfield is our only area where I can say, all right, we're competent. Competent. As in, we have enough options. We have enough different profiles to be able to put different teams out there that can battle different problems. That's all that it is. Because Maddison, although, you know, decent player, he's been good this season. He's been solid, playing a different role. Where was he yesterday? Where was he when we needed him, bro? Where were you in the performances where we need you to step it up? Where are you in the games like Crystal Palace? Where are you in the games like Brighton? Where are you in games like Newcastle? Nowhere to be seen. Kulusevski yesterday, I'm going to call him up. Where was you, bro? Doing that foul, doing that pull man down. What are you doing? Take control of the game. Stop letting the game go past you. The midfield was poor yesterday, but it's the only area in our team that can actually have some confidence that it will grow and improve. Because even after half-time, when you have to look at the game, Palace were going into that first half. We started off pretty decent. We had a few chances, and we were trying to work them, you know, keeping the ball, moving it side to side. One thing I'll have to give credit to them is their defense was very good. I think the 5 at the back caused us problems, especially when they went into it. They didn't even go into a too low block because we didn't move the full ball forward well enough. But when they did get into that back 5 shape, we couldn't get past them. And do you know what? Mikey Moore's one of the one players that I'm going to go, do you know what? We're going to let you off that game. First start, 17. You had a great performance in Europa League. And I think this just wasn't the game for him. With the way that they sat back, with the way that we played, you really just can't look at him and say that he needed to perform better. You have to look at the rest of the senior players and say that we needed more from them. But Palace were just better than us. Defensively, Lacroix was he was, for me, man of the match. Had Solanke wrapped up time and time again. Every time he got the ball, he's trying to create an opportunity. You know, he's coming, he was dropping in deep to do the 1-2 and reverse. But it just didn't work. Lacroix was getting to the ball for him first. When he did turn, he's putting him on the weights, send him to the gym, and they done their job. Ultimately, Palace defended very, very well for 90 minutes, and we didn't create too much of an issue for them, and they deserved the win. They 100% deserved the win. I think Tottenham just lacked we say it every game, but we lack a lot of urgency in the attack, and that's what kills us. We really lack those profiles of players who want to step up and create something for themselves and show a bit of arrogance. Say, do you know what? If none of you guys are going to do this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it by myself. And that's ultimately what you need from your team. You need some selfishness, especially in attackers. You need players that are going to fight each other for goals, not just fight the other team. And that's what we lack ultimately. Because you have to look. We make subs 45 minutes in. Sorry, 45 minutes in, there was no subs made. I thought Ange had learnt from his previous mistakes, i.e. the Brighton game, that subs need to be made earlier. And we saw in the West Ham game and the AZ Alkmaar game, we saw him make 2 changes. We saw him bring on Sarr for Maddison in the West Ham game and hold better second half from us. We saw in the AZ Alkmaar game, bring off Werner, put Mikey Moore out on the left, put Johnson out on the right. Much better game for us. Why didn't you do this yesterday? Why didn't you notice that we were having issues in the midfield? Basuma wasn't covering well. Why didn't you notice that earlier and make the change? But no, we wait until about 65 minutes in, as always. So it's already 20 minutes of the half gone. 25 left to play. And who do we bring on? Who? Ipswich's attack. Oh, no, sorry, that's disrespectful because I think they've got Liam Delap, Jack Clark, and Amari Hutchinson. Young ballers. You might as well say Southampton's attack. Maybe Norwich's. Because it bloody well look like it. Man like Werner, Richarlison, and who was the other one? No, we had Werner, Richarlison, and Brennan Johnson in our front three to end the game. Are we doing up the three musketeers of clowns, bruv? What is going on over here? They added absolutely nothing. My eyes were burning watching them three trying to work something together. 4-2-4 with three clowns in the front line. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I generally can't expect to see my team do much better when you look at the bench and those are the options we have to bring off. Ange has to take accountability because he chose some of these players. He let some of these players have contracts at this club. But ultimately, the players are just not good enough. The players are just not good enough. I can't be super mad at Ange when those are the players and options that we have off the bench to bring on. I really can't be angry because if I looked at those, I'd fucking laugh. I'd laugh. I'd say, Mo, do you know what? Just play the 90 minutes, bro. Play your 90 minutes. Have your fun because these boys are going to do nothing. Timo Werner, bro. Timu. It's an absolute joke. And to be honest, yeah, guys, my head's hot, man. I'm getting hot talking about this again. As you can tell, this is a whole day later. I was over the loss yesterday pretty quickly because we didn't deserve anything. So I couldn't even be angry about it. But, hey, this has been it. This has been it. It's been absolutely dreadful. I was supposed to put the league table up here for you guys, but because how low we've gone right now, it doesn't show up and things. So we'll try work now. But just to give you context, let's just go through how the league table stands right now. Tottenham is sitting in 8th, draw, 4 losses. Got 4 losses now. 9 games in. 3 of those losses against Palace, Newcastle, and Brighton. That's 3 huge losses to start the season. 4 in 9 games. We're on course to lose about 12 games this season. 13 points. We sit on 13 points. Goals for 18, goals against 10 with 8 goal difference. And we're sitting below Forest, sitting below Brighton, sitting below Chelsea, Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, and City. Level on points with Brentford, who are just ahead of because of goal difference. But hey, things will get better. Things will get better. I hope. But this has been a very disappointing weekend, man. It's been a very, very disappointing game. We got City to come up next. City in the Carabao Cup. It is a home game, so we can take some confidence from that because apparently we can only play at home nowadays. And City don't look like they want to field any strong players. I've heard Pep say that he's going to be dropping a lot of his first teamers because due to fixture congestion. So we take some confidence from that. But I'll be honest in saying that that's not a competition that I feel confident in us winning. So however the result plays out, I'm not going to be too mad. I'm going to be more focused on the weekend game. And then, of course, the game at Galatasaray next week, which is a huge one for us. Because I think if we win that, we can secure ourselves in the top first, what do you say, 3 or 4 spots in the Europa League table. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a stressful one, as it always is with Spurs. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please make sure we are on the road to 1K. So if you can like on the channel or like on the page, subscribe to the channel, Durag Diaries. Let me know what other content you want. If you want me to start doing some other content on other teams, more than happy to. I think we're going to work our way up there. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. And that has been Durag